Hey guys, welcome back to Task Force Offroad. My name is George. If you're new here and haven't seen one of my videos before, please go down and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And at the end of the video, if you like it, go ahead and hit the like button as well. Now we're gonna get into it really fast. So today we have another SEADOO video, and it's an install video. So we're installing the 2020 SEADOO heated grips on my 2019 SEADOO GTX 155. This is technically a retrofit, even though these were designed to be able to work with this ski in mind, as well as the 2020 GTI skis and 2020 and above, and then 2018 and above GTXs will be able to use this product as well. Now, since my ski has the sound system and the USB charger, I had to get this adapter. I will put this part number in the description as well. Basically, it's a pigtail, so I can run more accessories than what I already have on the ski. And this is part number 278003684. I will put that in the description below as well, and I'll probably put a link to buy this. It was like 20 bucks, so if you already have those accessories, you're going to need that as well. The newer skis you might not, I'm not 100% sure with that, but I know with the older skis you will need that adapter. So without further ado, let's get into it. Our first step, take your cover off. Now, it's advised you disconnect your battery. These are plug and play wiring harnesses. I'm not going to disconnect my battery. I know you're all going to yell at me in the comment section below. Okay, before we go any further, I want to take a look at this stuff. I haven't opened it yet. Okay, all right. These things feel very comfortable, I must say. Like, I was expecting, I don't know what kind of material I was honestly expecting out of these, but it's still like a rubbery, grippy feeling, which is very, very nice in the hands. I'm gonna have to cut that off. It also comes with an inline fuse, it looks like, so you can definitely have some stuff to troubleshoot. And it just comes with some zip ties, and it tells you to go to brp.com to get some, or it tells you to go to instructions.brp.com to get your instructions. And that's all that's in the packaging. All right, our first step is to remove the little end cap in the back on the side of the pommel grips here. Just get a little screwdriver and reach in the end. If they're really tight, you're not going to be able to get them out by hand. And that's going to reveal our screw. Don't lose this, it's going to get reinstalled. Okay, to remove this screw is a T30. She pops right on out like that. And then you should be able to slide your grip right off. Boom. Simple as that. Alright, our next step is to remove this silver portion that says SEADOO. So the clips, I'll show you in a second. It kind of clips like so from the top and bottom. So you just need to pry away a little bit, kind of rotate it down, and it should come off. Next, we take off these black covers. It's an 8mm screw. And that's kind of how that looks. Okay, now you have to go and remove that top portion. Okay, so you have some clips on the top here, on the sides. You have the two clips down here, and then you have these two clips that clip into the sides. So for these ones, remove everything else first, these 4 clips, and then you can kind of pry back, get in the inside and a screwdriver and pry back a little bit like that. Without knowing that, this would be very difficult to take off. Okay, our next step is to remove our nose. So to do that, we have to remove 2 screws from inside. So we're removing this screw and this screw. And they should be 8mm. Yeah, they're 8mm. Okay, now once we do that, the hood should literally just pull forward and come off. Like so. Now this will reveal all the accessory wiring for the speakers and everything else. So I'm actually gonna clean all of this up too while I'm under here. Now this isn't necessary, but to make wiring easier, I'm gonna remove this hood as well. It should be the T30 again. And that should slide forward as well. Right up and off. Now I have access down here, which is good. Just make it easier. If you put if you put your handlebars back down, you have more access into that hole. So now we can grab our grips and we can start running the wire. Okay, so I'm gonna disconnect these grips from the wiring harnesses to make life easier. This is probably gonna go down here somewhere. Now I can take one grip at a time, left and right. Start with the left, slide it on, and then run the wire. Now these grips are indexed, so they can only go on one way. Your desk post definitely gets in the way when routing these wires. Yeah, definitely unplug your desk post to run these wires because it is just way too tight. There we go. Now I got one. Hope you can see that popping out. There we go, right there. I also got the second one in. And there was two. Okay, now to re-plug in my desk post before I forget. Okay, once you have your desk post plugged back in, which I'll be honest, was a royal pain in the butt, you can start plugging back in these harnesses for the heated grips. Okay, with those plugged in, we can run this. Now we have this guy here. Now we need our pigtail adapter. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug this into here. This is our fuse, so I can zip tie that somewhere. Now, I believe this one's our speaker. So I'm gonna unplug our speaker. I'm gonna plug our power source into here, and this back into our speaker. And now we're gonna see if everything works. Throw the key on. Gonna hit the power. I didn't want to start it. Do our speakers turn on? Speakers turn on. We have power in the heated grips, so we're good there. So I'm now gonna unplug this, turn the speakers off. Unplug that, and now we're gonna finish up our install. Okay, so now in order to put this back on, we actually need to trim it up a little bit here. So the instructions say to use a drill bit. I'm actually gonna use a Dremel tool and just grind away a little bit. That way I can get this to seat properly. So kind of just mock it up, see where you need to trim. It's gonna be right around that area. So now I'm gonna get my Dremel. We're gonna go on low speed. I'm just gonna grind this away a little bit at a time. Now I'm gonna test fit. Okay, still need a little more, and I need to go a little deeper actually over here. Probably a little more. This part's just gonna be a little bit of test fitting, guys. Just going back and forth. Would say that's pretty freaking good. Test. All right, now that we got that one all fit up, we're gonna mimic the same cut on the other grip. All right, All right, now that I cleaned everything up, before I start putting stuff back together, I'm gonna zip tie and pretty much clean up the wiring of this install. Okay, so I didn't notice this when I first put the speakers in. SEADOO actually puts these little wiring harness retainers in the front of the hood here for all these accessories. So I only have one extra right now, like one extra little accessory thing. I don't feel like taking that off right now. However, so you see this little track here, it clips right onto the track and it sits in like that. So everything's nice tucked. And right now it's all super, super clean. There's one on this side, 3 on this side. So that handles everything from your speakers to your USB. And then the only one is the heated grips adapter. That's the only one that doesn't have a place. So now that all this is done, I can start attaching all of the panels and everything else is good to go. I might throw a zip tie up in here for these guys as well. But other than that, we're reinstalling, and once we're reinstalling, we're done with this install. Okay guys, if you made it to the end of this install video, thank you, and go down and hit that subscribe button. So the big takeaways from this, taking those clips out, kind of a pain in the butt if you had to hunt for them. I hope I helped show you guys where they were to make your life a little bit easier. Other than that, the only other real big pain in the butt was feeding the wires through, and that honestly wasn't that bad. And then since I disconnected my desk post, pushing that back in all the way, it was a pain in the butt. I kind of used a screwdriver to put some extra pressure on it and get that bad boy in. But it is the next day, which means it's Monday. It is Memorial Day. So happy Memorial Day. Remember to everyone that didn't make it back. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, it's that first day of first grade. That cute girl, your third day. That backpack, that snapback you've had since the 3rd grade. The first time you got laid, the worst time you got played. It hurt, but you're okay.